Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. So we were in the, what is this chapter called? Tritiyavalli, and we are doing the first verse. Urdho Mulo Vakshakha Esho Shvattha Sanatanaha Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma Tadeva Amrutamuchyate Tasmin Lokashrita Sarve Tadunatyeti Kaschana Etadvaitata. The Lord of Death is telling Nachiketa, this is that truth. Which is that truth which appears as the upside down truth with its roots in the reality, the roots in the consciousness, roots in the absolute truth, and that absolute truth nourishes this tree of the world, and the tree draws all its nourishment source from that truth, and becomes bigger and bigger, and this tree, that Sanskrit word, there is no parallel to it in English. We call it tree, but tree is a very pathetic name to the word, to the Sanskrit word called vriksha. Vriksha means vrishchanat vriksha. That which can be cut down is called a vriksha. You cannot do that in English in tree. You cut down and the tree cut down, not like that. So that which can be cut down. So what is this world which has its roots in the truth? It is that which can be cut down. And whether you like it or not, isn't the waking world getting cut down every day involuntarily? Isn't the dream world getting cut down every day involuntarily? Isn't the unmanifest, the deep sleep state, cutting down involuntarily every day, every morning? It is happening. See, the moment you look at your husband, the wife tree is coming out. And the moment you look at your child, the mother tree is coming out. For the mother tree to express, the wife tree has to cut down first. It has to dissolve. And this is how, for every thought to come, the previous thought has to be gone. Only then the next thought will come. For every breath to come, the previous breath has to be obliterated from existence. But this whole game of coming and going, if you look at it as a tree, yes, this whole game, this whole cycle of coming and going, this whole expansion, seeming expansion which is seen, this also can be cut down. How? By coming to know the reality. How? By going into samadhi. It can be. It can be cut down if we remain conscious of our being and allow the mind to dissolve. Mind does not dissolve. The world does. Where is the world? In your mind. Why does the mind not dissolve? Because we are giving it value and importance. Stop giving value and importance to the mind and be conscious of your being, that you are the witnessing consciousness. In your presence, the world is coming and going. Just appreciate that idea to begin with. And directly proportional to the stamina that you have, the world will stop having its impact on you. And that the world not having impact on you for whatever length of time, that is cutting off the tree. Relatively. Final one also is possible. For that realization. See, we have come into this world not for maintaining the world. We have not come into this world to maintain, I must have emotional balance and financial balance and relationship balance and parental balance and you're stretching yourself thin. Nothing can happen, one who tries that. Spiritual also. I live a balanced life. What is that balanced life? Financial, emotional, everything in different ways. Physical, mental, spiritual. I live a balanced life. This is not balanced life. This is a joker of a balanced life. Live an equanimous life. Then you are hitting the target. Balanced life means you are trying to balance out the outside, which can never be balanced. You will get frustrated because world is continuously changing. What balanced life we are going to live? Trying to keep the people, things, events, money, everything outside in check. Balance. Your balance means that I am little bit involved in this, little bit involved in that, little bit involved in that, little bit involved in that, but master of none. See, perfect in nothing, only manipulating this and that and somehow managing. No. Balanced life means an equanimous life. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity comes about when you have a balanced mind. Balanced mind means you are not affected by the coming and going of the thoughts. And that is only possible when we are aware of our consciousness or are being the conscious. Penultimate step, aware of consciousness. Even fall down a little bit, you are focusing on the consciousness as compared to the world. So this world is rooted in the truth, and it can be cut down and removed, and that can happen as we saw in our last part of the bhashya. Tadu tad brahma na iti eti na iti vartate मृदादिमिव घटादि कार्यम कश्चन कश्चिदपि विकारः एतद्वैतत. And how this whole world is sustained, maintained, being the substratum and foundation of this world, just as the example taken is the ghatadi karya. Just as no pot, no earthen pot can ever destroy the mud out of which it is made. No wave can destroy the water out of which it is appearing. No ornament can destroy the gold, the foundation out of which it is appearing. Similarly, this whole world is the appearance in the consciousness. It cannot destroy the world. It cannot destroy the truth. It cannot. You may believe it so, but who is believing? The mind is believing. But are you the mind? No. come to be the substratum, come to be the unchanging principle. Viveka, remember 4 qualifications required in spirituality: Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti, and Mumukshutvam. Vivek is discrimination between the real and the unreal, between the constant and the changing, between the infinite and the finite. Vairagya is dispassion towards the world, because it's only an appearance. So don't invest, play in the world, but don't become serious about the world. And how do you play with the world? Look at it as the Lord's Leela. And when your attention is on the Lord and you are seeing it as His Leela, then you will function righteously, because it is coming from the Lord. The third, we covered this last week, but let's do it again. Third, to get stability in Viveka and Vairagya, if you are absolutely clear about what the constant is and what the changing is, you have got no interest in the world, but every now and then we find ourselves getting pulled back into the world, reacting in the world, desiring the world from, we don't know from where this came. Suddenly, a desire to have a softie ice cream, or banana fritters with ice cream. It catches your imagination. So for that not to happen, where you don't succumb to these, with no warning these things come, and you get caught up in the world, and sometimes people have to go through lifetimes to come back again. And what is that? Shatka Sampatti. Control your senses, control your mind, don't allow the mind to leak out through the senses. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, whatever life is continuously throwing at you, without complaint, joyfully endure it. Joyfully. Good and bad. That joy will only come when you don't give importance to it, you are giving importance to the truth. You are giving importance to the equanimity. That make it into a game. And how do you do all this? Before what I said, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, that is endurance, with Shraddha, with faith that I can do it. Because this initially we are doing, here you are saying, I can understand, Swamiji, what you say. I can do it. I will do it. I have got what it takes to be successful in this endeavor of control of senses, control of mind, and without joyfully enduring what the world is throwing at me. Joyfully, no complaints. Very important point. That doesn't mean if someone is slapping you, give me more. No. You don't demand for more. Move away. And what does this lead to? It leads to samadhan. The 6th point is in this Shatka Sampatti, samadhan, contentment, satisfaction. When the mind is satisfied, content, samadhan, then that mind does not have any desire. It is content wherever it is, however it is, in whatever state it is, in whatever circumstances it is, in whatever state it is content. And if you don't have these 3, Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka, Sampatti, you must have. These will get cultivated only if you have a deep yearning to realize, not posthumously. You understand posthumously? After death, not after death. In Sanatan Dharma, in India, Realization is here and now, in this lifetime, while we are alive. Don't wait for the last breath. Who knows it will happen or not happen? Don't take a chance. Then when should I? Tomorrow? No, now. At this moment. Be the consciousness. So, the end part of this bhashya said that just as the waves cannot enslave or destroy the water, ornaments cannot destroy or enslave the gold, or the pots cannot enslave or destroy the mud. Similarly, the world cannot enslave or destroy the consciousness. If you understand this, you will understand you have never forgotten that you are conscious. You are always conscious. If you understand this point, that the wave cannot enslave the water, then think of its impact. The mind cannot enslave the consciousness that I am. This is that. Reclaim who you are. Don't live like a rigmarole life. He hit me, he praised me, going through the roller coaster. No, nothing. Not only outside. Outside has got no meaning at all. It's all in your mind. Mind has got no sway over consciousness. It's only an appearance. Every thought is an appearance. Every emotion is an appearance. Past and future are an appearance. Joys and sorrows are an appearance. What do you mean by appearance? Just as father, mother, daughter, sister, these relationships are just appearances. They are not real. They are only in your mind. A figment of imagination. What is the definition of appearance? Tell someone.
That which is present in its own absence.
That which is present in its own absence, or that which is appearing in its own absence. Another word for it is mithya, and that is a technical word. Another word for it in English is illusion. Examples are rainbow, blueness of the sky, mirage waters. Can the blueness of the sky devour the sky? Impossible. Can the rainbow colors eat up the light source? Impossible. Same way. Can the mind devour the consciousness? Impossible. Therefore, there is no ignorance, what we are studying in Amrit Anubhav. It's an impossibility. Because the world, every bit of it in this creation, or in this world, is nothing but the reality. But we are obsessed with name and form, not with the essence. That's where the problem is. That's where our issue is. So the teacher is saying that any of these appearances, they cannot devour or destroy or enslave the original, the origin, the source, the essence. Recognize the tree, and because they cannot destroy the constant, they cannot destroy the infinite. Mud is infinite compared to a finite pot. Water is infinite with reference to a finite wave. Ornament is finite, gold is infinite. Finite can never get the better of the infinite. Mind works in finitude. Remember what I'm repeating it. Mind functions with finite thoughts. The one who knows that the mind is having finite thoughts because they're coming and going, the one who knows he is infinite. And that you are. Be that. So, here in this first verse, the teacher has told us about the tree and he has told us about the substratum, the pure consciousness, the truth, and the tree is just the truth is in and through the tree. The tree draws its source. It doesn't know what the source is. It can never come to know the source. But it draws all the nourishment from the source and keeps expanding. You know, this space is continuously expanding. The science also tells you that. At the speed of light, it is expanding. And at the speed of light, it is collapsing also. Both things happening at the same time. Think how it could, what can you, do you know anything that it is collapsing and expanding at the same time? In the black holes, they suck everything in. And at the outside total space, it's continuously expanding. This is going on in your mind with every data that is coming. Continuing, the student, when he listens to this, he has a doubt. He says, Yat vijnanad amruta bhavanti iti uchyate jagataha moolam tad evam na asti brahma asat evedam eva idam nisrutamiti. So if while we are living in this world, you have to understand, yad vijnanad amruta bhavanti, by knowing which we attain to immortality. First sentence, yad vijnanad amruta bhavanti iti uchyate, so it is said. By knowing which we attain immortality. Jagatah moolam tadevam nasti. And what is said about that? So if you say the world is only an appearance and the truth is one without a second, it is all that there is, then the world is not there. Only the truth is there. So while living in this world, we can never come to know the truth, because the only way we know to function in this world is through thoughts, through experience, through knowledge. Or in other way you can understand that because that by knowing which we become immortal, and it is said that it is the essence or the foundation of the world, but Brahma cannot be known, the truth cannot be known in this world. So that means there is no foundation of the world. Is the argument that he is putting, because he is thinking, you think that the only faculty you have is the mind, and the scriptures are telling you, by knowing the truth you will become immortal. Yes, I understood, sir. But you have to know the truth without the thought. Understood, sir. What did you understand? What you have understood is not it. You have understood objectively. You have understood intellectually. It has not become a subjective experience. Subjective experience in our scriptures is told as experienceless experience. Contradiction. Experienceless experience. Because for an experience to be had, you need the experiencer, the experienced, and the experiencing medium. But that statement is true for everything that is outside you. In the relative, that is the truth. Without these three, you cannot come to know anything. All objectivity is known only by these three. But when the subject I is contemplating on the object called I, and when both merge, when the penny drops, the search stops. When the search stops, it is called as experienceless experience or subjective experience without a thought. So if that reality cannot be known, then all this world has come out of the untruth. Because the reality cannot be known, the mind will be destroyed. You as a person, you as an individual will be obliterated if you come to know the truth. Then who is there to say that I know the truth? There is nobody there. Because yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Truth is that where the words don't reach. Truth is that which the mind cannot comprehend. That's what the Buddhists are also saying, that shunyam, shunyam. So I think, O teacher, that the world is getting, the source of this world is asat. The source of the world is untruth. Brahma asat evedam nisrutamiti. Teacher says it's not like that. I'll explain to you. Wait. Don't jump the gun. (149, 150). Repeat. Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam. Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam. Prana ejati nisrutam. Prana ejati nisrutam. Mahadbhayam vajramadyatam. Mahadbhayam vajramudyatam. Ya etad viduramrutaste bhavanti. Ya etad viduramrutaste bhavanti. Together. Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam prana ejati nisrutam mahadbhayam vajramudyatam ya etad viduramrutaste bhavanti. Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam prana ejati nisrutam. This whole world that you see, that you know, understand here when we are talking about Jagat, we are not talking, Jagat means world. Immediately your thought must go. World means waking plus dream plus deep sleep. It is not just the waking, okay? If you keep thinking it's only the waking, then few more lives. You have to come back. You want to finish the game this time. And how do you finish the game? By playing the game. And what is the game? All the three have to be taken as one unit. When the word is used, word, immediately all the three. I'll keep repeating it hundreds of times, don't worry. Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam prana ejati nisrutam. That this whole world, that is your experience of the world, waking, dream and deep sleep, it is arising from that. From what? Here it says, prana ejati. Now, if you are a self-study student who doesn't believe in Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, technical words, the three qualifications are, three approaches are, first you listen, then you reflect, and then you contemplate. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, or meditate or contemplate. But what is the first one? Listen attentively. But if you are one of those who says, no, I don't want someone else's commentary, I want to understand myself, and you say Pathanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam, I am going to read, I am going to reflect, and I am going to contemplate. And while you are reading, the child comes and plays on your lap, your hand is going on your dog or cat, and suddenly the phone call comes, and suddenly the wife screams from there, you didn't wash the dishes today, and you are studying your Upanishad. Oh, what are you going to reflect upon, and what are you going to meditate upon? Wife or Upanishad? You will never, on your own, very rare few, because of their merits in past life, they have done sadhana in their past life, that they come to they come to naturally be in tune with the scriptures. Then what should we do? Listen. Don't study the scriptures yourself. First, anytime you start something new, you want to read something new, first listen to a teacher about that particular scripture or text, and then with that as foundation, then you read. But never read it beforehand. Oh, I think I'll prepare before I go to the class. Gone. Because you have already formatted your mind with some unwanted knowledge, and now it's and you are not, now you are ruminating over what wrong conclusions you came to by your self study, and not available to what the teacher is telling. So come empty to the teacher. Have no idea what is Kathopanishad, I don't know. Go there, listen, enjoy the clarity, enjoy the confusion, both, and then go back and revisit the text, or listen to it again and again. We are doing it so exhaustively. Then slowly, you do it 2-3 times, the same text again and again, then it starts gelling. What? Your mind becomes introverted. You become self-centered, not in the negative sense. So, if I had read it myself, yadidam kincha jagat sarvam prana ejati nisrutam, yet everything has come from pranas, that is not the answer. That the whole world has come from the breath. No, it is, how can everything, oh, because I see when the breath stops, the person is dead. That is half correct. So this comes from the lineage. So because Shankaracharya explains, our teacher explained, because they learned it from their teacher, they in turn learned it from their teacher, and it goes on till the creator. And what is that? Prana can be taken as two ways. Pranas mean the life breath, and prana is another one. another name for the truth. Truth is formless and attributeless. So, when you take it that way, when the truth is attributeless and formless, then it comes down, it as if appears, the water is formless, but it as if appears as the ocean, and in the ocean there are many waves. Understand? Similarly, that truth, that infinite truth, sustains the world by expressing as the pranas, through the breath. That is one interpretation. The second interpretation is that the truth sustains the world, and that truth, another name for the truth is prana, Mahaprana. Mahadbhayam vajramudyatam ya etad viduramritaste bhavanti. And that Brahma, that truth, because of which everything is sustained, everything is arising from, he is very fearful. He is very fearsome, not fearful, fearsome. And it is like a raised up thunderbolt. Vajram udyatam. And the one who knows the truth to be so, the one who knows the truth to be so, amritaste bhavanti, they come to gain, to be the immortal one. They attain to immortality. This is the verse. And this we are going to look at now, the Shankar Bhashya. यदिदं किंच यत्किं चेदं च इदं जगत् सर्वं प्राणे परस्मिन् ब्रह्मणि सत्ये जति कंपते तत एव निःसृत निर्गतं सत्प्रचलति नियमेन चेष्टते. All this, in other words, this entire world, this entire world, waking, dream and deep sleep, all the experiences in every state, and what is happening, all these are they are all arising from the Parabrahma. They are all arising from the absolute truth. They are all arising from the pure consciousness. Don't forget the plot. You are the pure consciousness. Otherwise, we'll make a concept. Pure consciousness, where is it? Is it in the book? Is it in the idol? Is it in the church? Is it in the temple? It is there also. But you can catch it only here. So if it is, does the statue say, oh, I got a waking dream, deep sleep, this is my world? Statue doesn't say to you. It is your world. You are experiencing the world. And what is the origin of this world? From where, just as the sun rises on the horizon, where do these three aspects of the world, waking, dream and deep sleep, where do these arise from? Do they arise from outside? Do they arise from your body? Do they arise from your breath? Do they arise from your mind, which you have never which you have never seen? They can only arise from that which is constant. They can arise from only that which is of the nature of infinity. They can only arise from that which has never seen destruction. Akshaya. And what has not seen destruction? the consciousness that I am. I know the waking comes and goes, dream comes and goes, sleep comes and goes, samadhi comes and goes. I don't come and go. See, our entire approach has to be subjective. So here the teacher Shankaracharya ji is saying that this entire world, whatever is there in this world, that it is arising out of the prana, or in other words, Parabrahma Paramatma, the absolute truth. Pran, you can call the absolute truth as pran, or you can call the expression of that absolute truth as that aspect of air which nourishes you. That aspect of air which nourishes you. So it uses, can the breath be without the truth? Can the time be without the truth? Can the space-time objectivity, can these three be without the truth? Without the substratum? Cannot, no? Just like that, the pranas can also not be without the truth. And what happens with the world? Here it says, Ejati kampate tata eva nisrutam nirgatam sat prachalati niyamena chestate. In a perfect order, it is continuously. Kampate means vibrating, shaking. When you go to Mount Buller and you are not covered properly, you're shivering. Kampate is shivering. And the other, and also nirgatam. Nirgatam means coming and going. That is also movement. So basically, shivering, shaking is a movement, coming and going is a movement. So there is one movement in the wave, that it appeared and it's continuously dancing on the water. But there is another movement under the wave, which is that of the bigger wave, in which there are many waves. Under that bigger wave, there is another wave, which is called a tide. So that's what it's saying here, that and this world is, because it's rooted in the truth. Truth is full integrity, full righteousness, and therefore this world is coming and going, nirgatam, perfectly. And in this world, continuously everything is changing. That is the shivering. When you are under a peepal tree or a banyan tree, or even if you go to the big trees in the city by the Yara, if a breeze comes, you can see the wave of shiver passing through the leaves of the tree. And then when the breeze is gone, absolutely quiet. Then another breeze, the sound. Same thing is happening here. So all the movement in this world is going on perfectly. The days, the sun rises, the sun sets, the planets are going around. You can't imagine, you think you are on this earth standing upside down because we are in Australia and we think we are standing straight. It's stupid. But imagine the sun is moving in the galaxy at a great speed of light. Imagine this sun is continuously moving. At the speed of light, it is moving. And we are only shown the sun is there because we see the sun only stationary in the sky and all the 9 planets are going around it. But if the sun is moving at the speed of light, all the planets also must be moving with the speed of light along with the sun. And each planet is moving around its own axis also. So why the one movement is the Earth's movement around its own axis, the second movement is the Earth's movement around the sun, and the third movement is the sun and the 9 planets all moving in at the speed of light. But we don't see that movement. We don't see that movement. We see the stars going from east to west or north to south. We think stars are moving. We are moving, man. The planet is moving. Illusion. यद एवं जगत उत्पत्त्यादि कारणम ब्रह्म तन महद भयम. So in this manner, that Brahman, the truth, the absolute reality, which is the out of which the whole world has come about, which is the cause of the whole world, so to speak. Everyone is afraid of that truth. It is of the it is the great fear. It instills fear in everyone. You don't trust me? Consciously empty your mind and then see what happens. Majority people become afraid of their mind, become afraid of silence, become afraid of no thoughts in the mind, is because of this reason. We have never thought that way. We want some distraction all the time. Like today's kids, they only study when they got music in their ears. If that is not enough, now you got a phone, you got an iPad, you got the TV going on all the time. Either we are talking, either we are working. We want some involvement. We cannot sit quiet. We cannot sit still. Even while listening, we can't sit still. All talking I am doing. What are you doing? Only listening. Sit still. Make it a game. Because if you're still at the body level, maintain the poise and very shallow, gentle breathing. Body will become even more still. Breath will almost becoming very slow and shallow. Automatically the mind will also start stilling. The thought eruption will reduce. The more you, like a monkey, can't sit still. That's why it's called monkey mind. Can't sit still. So it is called the great fear. It is called that way because everyone is afraid of it. We saw in the previous Upanishad, Kathopanishad, all the gods, when he appeared as the Yaksha Purusha with the blade of grass, he said, let me see if you can destroy this blade of grass. All the gods tried. the wind god, the water god, the fire god, the air god. None of these elemental gods could do anything to that blade of grass. It was as fresh as ever. Then the Lord of all the five elements, the Lord Indra, meaning the mind. In the mind are the five elements. The Lord of the five elements is the mind. He goes and he surrenders. So he comes to know the truth about him. The goddess tells him. So all the gods, they go, they try their ego strength, I can burn everything in this creation. Don't mess with me. The water god Varuna Devata says, I can drown everything in this creation. Don't mess with me. It's only a blade of grass. The air says, I can dry everything in this creation. Don't mess with me. And all of them accept defeat, become humbled. And with that humble, because they have come across something greater than they have ever experienced in their life, suddenly the fear enters. Who is this that we don't know and yet it is there? Doesn't show, but it is still there. Whose voice was it? Who was holding the blade of grass? We saw him for a moment, but then we couldn't see him after that. You are also afraid of ghosts, isn't it? Ghosts, demon. Just with the idea of that is scary. And you go and see a nice horror movie, and then inside the room suddenly someone says, "Hey, this is only a movie," because I study Upanishads, Go to the jungle. Within few hours, if not, Australian jungles are not that scary. Come with me, I'll show you. You'll pee in your pants within first 10 minutes. The sounds that come there, it's scary. It's all nice when we are sitting in the room and studying. But when we are faced with fear, that fear, why we have to go to a jungle? Come on. It seems like a far off proposition, I'll have to take a ticket to India, then go into a jungle. Okay, don't do that. Think of yourself. In your life, you must have had some horrible dreams over the years when you were young. Did you do shoo-shoo on the bed in the dream? Did you get up from the sleep sweating because of a dream? One man was staying with us, and our cat went and he was sleeping nicely, and he forgot that he has to close the door. So cat, whenever she finds that she's the boss of the whole house. So if any door is open, she wants to check everything is okay. So she saw this fellow sleeping. She went and sat on his chest, and suddenly while sleeping in the dream, he's feeling that there is something heavy on his chest, and he was afraid to open that. And when he opened, he saw two eyes staring at him. He screamed. So we don't have to go to a jungle. In our dream itself, we have had many times very scary experiences, from which we come up with a massive heartbeat, or we are sweating, or we can't go back to close our eyes in the bed. See, this is with something in the world. What to talk about the source of the world? When you come to that empty mind, it requires great courage. Until unless you don't have utter faith in the consciousness that I am, the fear will grab. And then we start imagining in that void. Oh, there is a void in that, and something will come. Whatever is your most intrinsic fear, that will appear there. Because you have lost the focus. The focus should have been the substratum. The focus should have been the consciousness that I am. And what are you thinking? Oh, there is nothing. If you give attention to nothing, then be ready for the drama. Be ready for the fear. Consciousness is not afraid. Consciousness is the great fear. When we were in school, one student used to be standing at the door looking at teacher is coming or not. Till teacher is not coming, there is a big chaos in the classroom going on. Shooting, shouting, screaming, running, tables here, there, everywhere. And suddenly, hey, teacher coming, Darwaza closed. In 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the classroom used to be the most disciplined one, with all the furniture in the right place, every person sitting on their seat. Great fear we are talking about. When the boss comes, all the people, suddenly they look very busy. Suddenly they become alert. Good morning, sir. When the boss is fearless, when the teacher is fearless, the class behaves. If the teacher says, please children, let the class continue, I have to cover the curriculum in this much curriculum in this class. If she is going to request, she is afraid of the students. The CEO is afraid of the employees because they have formed a union. How does it matter? Let them form the union. Gods have also formed union. Their boss is called Indra. He is the boss of the heavens. The negative forces also have formed a union. Their boss is the asuras. Hey, please take care. Don't disturb my mind so much. Good thoughts, please. Don't clutter together and hijack. Asuras, please. Bad thoughts, please don't come together. Please, please, please. Let me think of the truth. I want to be the truth. Please, please, please. No, please, please, please. If you please, 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 they will take Archa. Let us take him for a ride. He is available. Because he is giving us attention. Because he is giving us value. Because he is giving us importance. This is what Australian education system is, where the teachers are assessed by the students. Students should be assessed by the teachers. Teachers must have more power, not the students. The great fear we are talking about. So you are the consciousness. Consciousness is unaffected. So what is to be practiced? Equanimity. Not pleading the thoughts. Not pleading the world. Play the game. Ask everyone, but do what you have come to. Should we do this? Should we do that? Like I did in Bali. Consult everyone, but do what you want to do. Or make everyone do what you have to decided. Because Because you leave it to them, they will all argue with each other and we will not end up doing nothing. But lucky the group was good. Swamiji, whatever you decide, we trust. That's how it should be. Complete trust. So should the student be. So is our attitude towards sun. We know that he is always there for us. We know the air is always there for us. We know the earth is always there for us. Complete trust. If that trust is missing, in the trust that we have in us being the consciousness, then drama begins. Then drama begins. Then it gets complicated. That drama is going to continue anyway. But now you become susceptible to that drama rather than the one who's the director of that drama. So choose which one you want to be. You want to be the director or you want to be the character who is told, do this, sit down, now speak this, now don't speak that, blah, blah, blue, blee, blah. And if you don't do what I say, you will be thrown out of the show. What is throwing out of the show? Death. Who is speaking? Lord of death. To whom? To us. Who are we? Who don't want to die. We want to realize now while living. It's so beautiful the way, if you look at I hope I am able to convey in the right spirit. कहाँ गया verses? So everyone is afraid of this expanse. Everyone is afraid of this great truth because it is so potent. There is nothing more powerful than it. Therefore, it is called Mahat Bhaya. The verse, where was it? Mahat Bhayam Vajramudyatam. Mahat Bhayam. Second line, first word. Mahat means great, Bhayam means fear. The great fear. Mahaccha tad bhayam cha vibheti asmaditi mahat bhayam. This we have already seen. Then tad bhayam. Vajram second word Vajram Udyatam. So what is that? Vajram Udyatam eva Vajram. He said, and also it is like a person wielding the thunderbolt. Someone wields a pen and writes. Thor wields the mace. So powerful mace. You've seen the movie called Thor. Similarly, Hanumanji wields the Gada. That is also Vajra. Similarly, Ramchandraji or the goddesses, they all have that Gada. It is the Vajra. Or the god of thunder. Because Thor is also god of thunder. Here we have Indra in our scriptures. And what does he wield? He wields the Vajra. Vajra is the lightning as the weapon. In this entire expanse of the sky, when the lightning crackles, wow, your hair on your spine stand up. When that when it crackles and huge thunder is there after that. Suddenly you become alert. What's going on? So here it is said that this truth, this Parabrahma Paramatma, this absolute truth is like that bolt of lightning, is that Vajra, the most powerful weapon in on the in the manifest creation. Yatha vajrodyat karam स्वामिनम अभिमुखीभूतं दृष्ट्वा भृत्या नियमेन तच्छासने वर्तन्ते तथेदं चंद्रादित्य ग्रह नक्षत्र तारकादि. Okay, we'll come to that. What we want to say is that just as what we want to say is that just as when the king is holding the emblem, or the Christ, the Pope holds the cross, or in temple or the Guru Maharaj, he raises his hands, or the yogi holds his danda up. All the people, all the devotees, they become subservient, they do the prostrations. Just as all the subjects, the moment king comes, all the subjects bow down to the king, become subservient to the king. They don't say, none dare say that king, come down. I will go in your chariot. You walk. Nobody says that. There's a maryada. There's an etiquette. They know he is the most powerful one. Similarly, here it is told that just as everyone is subservient to the king, to the boss, to a strict teacher, similarly, all aspects of the creation of the world, what are they? Here it is told, Chandra, Aditya, Graha, Nakshatra, Tarakadi. The moon, the sun, the planets, the galaxies, the various stars, they are all subservient to the sun. Why? But the sun is only a medium star. There are so many stars which are bigger than that. You haven't been there. You are seeing only the light, and you are seeing that light after how many billions of years, God only knows. If that star at present moment, it is there or not there, because the distance the light has to travel from that star to your eyes, it's billions of light years away, thousands of light years away, even within the Milky Way. So what sky you see with the stars, it is from the past. It is not the present reality. Understand this. Because what you are seeing, it's a delayed, you are seeing it only when the light reaches you. But the light has been traveling for thousands of light years. It has reached you right now if I go out and see it. And what is our immediate? Our immediate is sun and the moon. So based on sun and the moon, we calculate the astrology and all that. We calculate the stars, positions and everything. We don't calculate ourselves according to the, we do that also. It goes much more deeper. But understand this, that sun, moon, stars, planets, and the various galaxies, They are all subservient to the reality, to the pure consciousness. And don't forget, the self is that pure consciousness. You are that pure consciousness in essence. And how is this whole thing functioning? In perfect order. Here it says, Lakshanam Jagat se sa Ishwaram Niyamena Kshanam Apya Vishrantam Vartate. That this sun, moon, planets, etc., without any rest, without any break, they are continuously functioning along with the potential. The potential in the sun is the sunlight and the heat. The potential in the moon is the coolness. Each planet has its own quality, has its own potential. Every galaxy has its own potential. All of them are incessantly, without a break, no days off, no Saturday, Sunday off, incessantly working, alertly, in perfect order. Why they are working in their perfect order? Because they are afraid of the boss. The boss is the absolute truth. The boss is the pure consciousness. That perfect order can come into your life also if you accept you are the pure consciousness. But because you feel you have decided that I am the mind, I am the individual, I am only this body, then that perfect order is missing. Then we have to go on diets to reduce weight. They have to take medicines to fix our body. Then we have depression. Then we have excitement. Then we feel the emptiness inside. We never feel complete. There is no contentment. Then we live a desire-oriented life, trying to complete ourselves. Why? Because you are not being what you actually are. And who are you? The pure consciousness. The moment that pure consciousness, you accept yourself as the pure consciousness, you are at the right place. Others will say this, that you are at the right place at the right time with the right people, in the right circumstances, with the right actions, with the right words, with the right expressions. Everything is right, perfect. And you don't even know it because you don't doubt it. Perfect integrity. Because truth is complete. So how can imperfection come out of it? Even if water is complete, how can a wave be imperfect? How can wave be an imperfect? How can an ornament be imperfect? The wave is made up of nothing but water. Water is infinite. Wave is by nature infinite. But our attention is on the name and form. That is that appearance of wave, which we know as name and form, that is imperfect because it is temporary. But what is that name and form essence? Nothing but water. Water is not imperfect. It is infinite. So also, when your attention is on the name and form, then individuality. When your attention is on the consciousness, then perfection. Then everything around you, then the nature has to behave itself. Why? It is afraid of this fellow has come to know himself. Arey yaar, You read the Puranas, they tell you all that this fear part is all given in the Puranas. See, Hanumanji was also born like a small kid. Yes, he is an aspect of the Lord Shiva. But as he grows, his potential, he has got no doubt. He has been blessed by the sages. He is the child of Lord Shiva. His second father is the wind god. So he got all those powers. But a child doesn't know discrimination, so he uses those powers wrongly. See? He thinks the sun is an apple. So he goes and he grew. All the gods have given him life, and he goes and he makes himself so big, and he eats the apple, eats the sun. Suddenly the whole world is gone dark because sun is missing. At that time, the Indra hits Hanumanji with the thunderbolt, and it hits him on the chin. He opens it, the sun comes out again. But still his pranks, because he is a monkey, his pranks don't stop. All the gods have given him blessings. That fire cannot burn you, wind cannot dry you, water cannot drown you. All the goddesses have given him blessings. So with all those blessings, what can a small child do with unrestricted power? He starts experimenting those powers on everyone and everything that is around him. And even the great saints and sages, they become a victim of his. So he will, as the fire sacrifice is going on, and he'll hide behind a tree, and he will make the breeze take the fire, go towards their beard. And the moment it starts burning, he will stop the breeze, so that the fire goes back to its original position. And many like these things he used to do. Eventually they got so frustrated that they said, now we are going to take away your powers. You will not remember your mantras or powers till you meet your Ishta Devata, Ramchandraji. So for many years, he remained like a normal person. When did he remember? Only when he was going to jump from India, from Rameshwaram to Sri Lanka. That time Jambavan reminds him, hey Hanuman, you are doing Lord Ram's job. You are the invincible. You are that Mahadev Putra, Amsha, Pavan Putra. Invoke your potential. And that was the blessing that the rishis had given. Some great person. Jambavan is a child of the Creator. He's a bear warrior. And the moment he says this, Hanumanji increases 10 times his size, and he's able to, in one jump, he's able to cross the Pak Straits across to Sri Lanka. In one jump. That potential, that story is not just a story. The moment Hanumanji was reminded that he is doing the job for Sri Ram, the Lord. The moment he was reminded by a wise person that you are having infinite potential. That's what the Upanishad is doing for us also through these verses, isn't it? Hanumanji did not doubt the words of Jambavan. You also don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt the truth that you are, in essence. Don't, oh, I am the source of all the gods. Blasphemy, blasphemy. No. Not you. If you say, I am the source of all the gods, then how can individual be source of all the gods? He is a pathetic fellow. And when you come to be the consciousness, this statement will not come out of your mouth because individuality is no longer there. Understand in the right context. Everything in this creation is functioning perfectly. All gods are functioning perfectly. All the planets, the galaxies, the sun, the moon, everything is the space, time. Every object in this creation is performing, is doing what it has to do. It is behaving the way it is supposed to behave because of the fear of the infinite. It's subservient to that infinite. Are your thoughts subservient to the infinite, or are they subservient to the ego? Remember, ego is equal to collection of memories. When you read the Puranas, etc., then suddenly your memory of your life is replaced with the memory of all the gods. Then you become, then in the place of ego, total ego. What is total ego? Ishvara. Develop this eye of seeing everything in this manner. That is only possible if you are committed to the One. And they do his bidding. 150. Just one line more and we conclude. अभी टाइम है, 3 मिनट हैं. So लक्षणम जगत स ईश्वरम नियमेन क्षणम अप्यविश्रांतं वर्तत इत्युक्तं भवति. य एतद्विदुः स्वात्म प्रवृत्ति साक्षी भृतम् एकं ब्रह्म अमृता अमरण धर्माणस्ते भवन्ति. Is that correct? 151? 150, हाँ. So one must ya etad viduhu swatma pravritti, swa atma pravritti, sakshi bhutam ekam. So one must attempt, one must take the position, one must have the poise or disposition. What? Where? In the antakaran. What is antakaran? The inner equipment. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. Mind, intellect, memory and ego. Mind, fickle thoughts. Intellect, decisive thoughts, imaginations, convictions. Mana, buddhi, chitta is memories. And the one who owns all the three is ahankar, the ego. So what is told here? That one who comes to know that the four, it is one mind. You got only one mind, or do you got two minds? You have two minds or one mind? When you have got two minds, you are called schizophrenic. One who imagines another mind within his mind or her mind, that person is called schizophrenic. Frankly, we are all schizophrenics. Why? I am a son also, I am a brother also, I am a multiple personality. Then God must be a super schizophrenic. Just a way of thinking. Huh? Because everything, for God, everything is in Him only. He is only imagining. But what is the difference between Him and me? He is in control of his imaginations. He doesn't desire the imaginations. He doesn't get caught up in his imaginations. He doesn't influence his imaginations. Sun doesn't tell us, hey, I am up, now get up. He doesn't say. You automatically get up. Sun is just being sun. Moon doesn't say, now I am out, hey, low tide, become high tide. It doesn't say that. It doesn't order it. In his presence, automatically it happens. Same way, in the mind, depending upon what quality of thoughts is there, the wise people, the scriptures had divided the mind, and they have said this mind is made up of antakaran, and this antakaran is made up of four things. The mind is made up of four things: mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. Mind, intellect, memory, and ego. The one who sees, because ego, how does it express? As I. The one who is witnessing these four appearing and disappearing. Sakshi bhoot. Pravritti, sakshi bhoot. Pravritti means pravritti, nivritti. Nivritti means withdrawal. Pravritti means involvement. Right? These are technical words. This is the flux that is going on. There is high tide, there is low tide. There is waking, manifestation, and there is sleep, that is unmanifestation. Waking and dream are the pravritti, and deep sleep is nivritti, withdrawal. Similarly, when we talk about antahakaran, mind, intellect, memory, and ego, when they manifest, what is happening? Pravritti is happening. Involvement is, the mind is getting involved with by way of thoughts. Expression is there. And we must remain a witness to this expression rather than get involved in the expression. In fact, just like one water alone becomes many waves, exactly the same way, one consciousness alone is appearing as the mind, intellect, memory, and ego. Where do the waves exist on the water? Only on the surface. How do they appear? Appear in their absence. All things you have to add. Same way, on the surface of the consciousness, the mind, intellect, memory, and ego appear. How do they appear? As thoughts. In what manner do they appear? They appear in their own absence. He who is witnessing this all the time, they attain to immortality. Conclusion is not proving this is there or not there. This is we are experiencing whatever is being told. But our focus throughout the Upanishad, the focus is liberation. Focus is nirvana. Focus is immortality. Focus is to be the pure consciousness. So now, what is your game going to be now for till next Wednesday? Remain a witness to the fickle thoughts of the mind, to the decisive thoughts of the intellect, to the memory thoughts, and the idiot who owns all of them. Remain a witness. Don't think that you are thinking. Thinking is going to happen by, it's a phenomena. Nobody creates thinking. It is happening under certain circumstances. In front of the mother, automatically the child comes out, the son comes out. You don't have to think. In front of the eyes, immediately vision comes out. You don't have to plan, oh, now I was listening just now I have to shift my attention to vision. No, you don't do that. Isn't it? It's instantaneous, spontaneous. What is a phenomena? Phenomena is that which appears under certain sets of circumstances. So this phenomena of mind, intellect, memory and ego, it is taking place. When did it begin? Don't worry about it. Your game is to conclude it. Your game is to be witness, to be the witness, so that this phenomena of mind, intellect, memory and ego dissolves itself. If you remain involved in mind, intellect, memory and ego, involvement means you have accepted you are the ego. Non-involvement in this antakaran means you are the witness. Does that stop the I thought from appearing? No, it will appear. But you are not caught up in it. This is the ticket to immortality. Brahma amruta amarana dharmanaste bhavanti. Those who come to know this, that everything, the antakaran, everything has come out of the mind, intellect, memory and ego have come out of the truth. They cannot, these four types of thought, they cannot exist outside the truth. Truth with thought, consciousness with thoughts is called mind. And what are the type of thoughts that you can have in the mind? Fickle thoughts, conclusive thoughts, memory thoughts and I thought. Clear? Now what you have to do? Remain witness. Let the mind undo itself. If you get involved in it, it will continue. Again, you will lose the witnessing, you will become the I thought. Contemplate in this manner, Baba. मस्त है ना? मेरे को तो मजा आ रहा है. Thank you for being there so that I can contemplate. Otherwise, by sitting by myself, I will never do so much of thinking, contemplation. Sitting by myself, only silence. Thoughts only don't come. What to do? Only japa. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.